Live from Columbia, South Carolina, WIS News 10 starts now.
Thanks for joining us on your news at 11. We start tonight with team coverage of a tragic shooting.
3 Richland County teens were shot and killed over the weekend, with 2 17-year-olds charged with their murder.
The victims have since been identified as 16-year-olds Caleb Wise and Drayvon Riley and 17-year-old Jacoby Fanning. Officials also say a 14-year-old survived the shooting. WIS reporter Ashley Jones has the details from investigators.
We have 3 that's dead, 1 that's probably never be the same again because of what occurred.
Sheriff Leon Lott describing the lasting impacts of a deadly shooting Sunday afternoon.
You stand here and you shake your head and just wonder why. Why can't these kids do something else besides just resort to violence and using guns?
14 boys, 2 16-year-olds, a 17-year-old, and a 14-year-old were shot while sitting in front of an abandoned home off of Saddle Trail Road. According to an incident report, the boys were approached by 2 people on foot. Those people have been identified as Joaquin Griffin and Carlos Damon Gibson, both 17. Investigators say Griffin and Gibson began shooting at the 4 boys.
Over something stupid, over something that happened a couple years ago. Just a beef that just continues to grow, and then young people decide that they're going to solve it by shooting.
We asked the sheriff for more details surrounding that incident. He says it stems from a burglary that happened 2 years ago that the teens were arguing over. The sheriff announced the arrest Monday afternoon during a press conference. He was joined by community and Richland School District 1 leaders, including Councilwoman Gretchen Barron, State Representative Cambrell Garvin, Richland 1 Superintendent Dr. Craig Witherspoon, and School Board Member Dr. Aaron Bishop. All of them making a call for change.
Say, here we are once again. This same community, we're addressing the same issue once again.
And we have to take responsibility within our community. So that's from the church house to the schoolhouse to the state house. We have to all be responsible and ensure that our young folks have positive things to do in the community.
Behind the death of 3 teens is a community in mourning. Our Jalen Tart was at the scene and spoke with one of the victims' family members tonight.
The community here on Saddlefield Road is still in shock and heartbroken over what has happened here on Sunday. I spoke with a family member of Jacoby Fanning who says that his life should have never been taken away and was a great son to the community.
He was well-mannered the whole time.
Well-mannered, funny, and respectful were the words that the family of 16-year-old Jacoby Scoop Fanning spoke. Fanning, along with 17-year-old Drayvon Riley and Caleb Wise, were shot and killed on Saddle Trail Road on Sunday afternoon. Linda Maxwell, a close family friend to the Fanning family, hopes for the violence to be resolved in the community.
I'm just sad at this moment to see the type of violence that's going on in our state. And is that law enforcement is not putting a lot of stipulation on how we need to come to a conclusion to get all these things resolved.
Fanning attended Eau Claire High School as a sophomore along with Drayvon Riley and Caleb Wise, who were juniors. Fanning's brother, 14-year-old Jaquan Fanning, sustained a gunshot wound to the lower body and has been released from the hospital. Maxwell is hopeful for a better solution to having tougher gun laws going forward.
It's sad at this point because not only the people that committed the crime, their families are sad also, as well as the lives that have been taken. So it's got to be a way out. It just can't just be stand still. It's how many more deaths it's going to take before they actually change what is really going on and what they need to do about these guns.
I spoke with the family and they tell me that funeral arrangements for Jacoby Fanning will be finalized at the end of the week. You'll find out more both online and on air. Reporting in Richland County, Jalen Tart, WIS News 10.
Representative Cambrell Garvin says that he's hosting a meeting at the Crane Creek Gym on Fairfield Road tomorrow at 7 p.m. to hear from the community.
And these teenagers join a long list of other teens who have been shot in our community. Columbia Police Department data shows at least 16 killed and 131 shot in total. Now, this is Columbia Police data. It does not cover Richland County or where that most recent shooting happened. However, it does show the 15 to 19 age group is facing significant violence. Since 2015, 56 teens in that age group have been shot in the northern part of the city. That is the most out of any CPD patrol area. These teens, according to the data, are largely black boys and black men. The vast majority of the shootings have not been fatal. The number of teens getting shot in the city hit back-to-back highs in 2021 and 2022, with 24 teens shot. A gun violence advocate says resources are needed in those communities.
Jobs, being able to get money to provide the necessary equipment they need to get food, power, shelter, everything they need to actually survive and not be stressed out and not resort to the streets. So we have to address this.
And Perry Bradley, who you just heard from, says he's organizing a vigil on Thursday night at the Lenoir-Rhyne campus. That's happening at 7 o'clock. And he says the goal is to organize a response to this need.
Moving now to your forecast, we are looking at perhaps some rain chances for the week. Joining us now, Chief Meteorologist Adam Clark with a look at that forecast. Adam?
Yeah, Greg, are you ready for some clouds?
Okay.
Is that why you wore gray today?
Yeah.
that works. Yeah, I'd prefer
You're
some.
so in tune with the weather.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, good. I like it. I like it. The symbolism in what we're wearing. It's going to be kind of a gray day tomorrow. We're going to see clouds. We're going to see clouds. Yeah, you dressed for the occasion. We've got some clouds up to our north around the upstate, mostly clear skies currently. We're going to see more clouds tomorrow. There will be some sunshine, but for the most part in the afternoon, a mostly cloudy day. Right now, 68 degrees in Columbia, 64 in Camden, 70 around Sumter. Your day planner around midnight tonight. Clear and mostly clear throughout the night, around 66 for our low in the morning, and we will have some sun. Our low was around 61 in Sumter, 62 around Newberry, 64 in North, and 65 degrees in Orangeburg. And then tomorrow we're right around 87 degrees in Orangeburg, 86 here around St. Matthews, and 83 in Lexington, 86 degrees in Columbia, and 83 Winnsboro. So our chance of rain, again, around 20% for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, with mostly cloudy skies for those days. And it's not like overcast throughout all the day. We will have some sunshine here and there, but it gets nice and dry as we head into this weekend. It's perfect weather. We've got the rest of the First Alert forecast coming up.
The Richland County Sheriff's Department has arrested an Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center officer. Investigators say 26-year-old Taylor Smokes was giving contraband to detainees inside the jail. She has been charged with misconduct in office, furnishing contraband, drug possession, and drug trafficking.
Right now, officials are investigating an incident involving a knife at a Food Lion in 5 Points. That's according to the Columbia Police Department. Officials say this was an isolated assault between two men. The victim was wounded in the upper body, is currently stable at a hospital, and is expected to be okay. The suspect has since been detained by Columbia Police. His charges have yet to be released.
Funeral arrangements have been announced for the teenager who was killed after investigators say a drunk driver hit their car in West Columbia.
17-year-old Leah Leverett was killed in a September 15th crash along with her grandfather, 68-year-old Cornelius Clory. Police have charged a man with 2 counts of DUI resulting in death and leaving the scene of a crash.
And Myers Mortuary posted about the funeral on its website. They say a public viewing will be held tomorrow from 2 to 6 at their location on Alpine Road. They say the funeral service will be Wednesday at 11 a.m. at Bible Way Church of Atlas Road. Leverett's mother told WIS that Clory's funeral service will be held in Virginia on Saturday, September 30th. In lieu of flowers, the family is asking for donations to Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Meanwhile, the 24-year-old suspect in this deadly crash, Joshua Yarborough, will be in court for a bond hearing at the Lexington County Courthouse on Thursday.
Still ahead, former President Donald Trump back in South Carolina. What he said in his first campaign visit to the Lowcountry.
Plus, a golf tournament for a good cause. How King for a Day benefits our veteran community after the break.
Hurt on the job? Don't take any chances. Just call Joy.
Did you know Taylor's is the Carolina's premier window manufacturer, made locally by your neighbors for your neighborhood? Call 1-800-GET-WINDOWS today and get $500 off a whole house full of windows with a factory lifetime warranty or 12 months same as cash. TaylorsWindows.com.
Nothing beats the power of Ford Truck Month, because only one truck can be the best-selling in America for 46 straight years. Ford F-Series. Only one has best-in-class payload, best-in-class horsepower, and when you combine this legendary power with the latest technology, you get the only truck built Ford tough. It's Truck Month. Hurry in today for great selection in stock and ready for delivery. Now get 3.9% financing for 60 months plus up to $2,500 cash back on select F-150 trucks.
Did you know Taylor's Windows has been your local manufacturer for new and replacement windows for nearly 30 years? Did you know Taylor's designs, manufactures, and installs custom windows and doors for our climate? Now you know. Taylor's Windows is the only window company you need.
WIS News 10 in HD is sponsored by McWhorter Bellinger & Associates. I'm Pat McWhorter. Hurt on the job? Call McWhorter Bellinger & Associates today.
You're gonna need a bigger plate. Captain D's new crispy jumbo fish tenders. Jumbo meals, small prices. It's bigger, better, bolder when the captain is calling. Order on the app to earn rewards. Captain D's.
Check the skies ahead of your drive. Live. WIS News 10 First Alert Skyview Network. Get a real-time look at the conditions in the Midlands with our Skyview weather and traffic cameras. It's time to drive at Jim Hudson. Over 1,900 vehicles are here to test drive with savings up to $10,000.
Experience it once, and you'll never forget it.
Former President Donald Trump is picking up more major endorsements ahead of South Carolina's first in the South Republican primary.
The announcements came during Trump's campaign stop in Somerville today. State House reporter Mary Green was there and has the details.
Former President Donald Trump spoke to a sold-out crowd for about 40 minutes Monday afternoon here in Somerville, his first stop in the Lowcountry of his 2024 campaign.
We're going to win the South Carolina primary by a lot. We're up by about 50 points, but we don't want to take it for granted.
A crowd of well over 1,000 supporters packed into the shadeless yard of a Dorchester County boating manufacturer, where temperatures peaked in the upper 80s Monday afternoon. There, the Trump campaign rolled out a slew of new endorsements, including from two statewide office holders, Attorney General Alan Wilson and Secretary of State Mark Hammond. They joined backers including Governor Henry McMaster, Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette, and Senator Lindsey Graham, whose name evoked boos from the crowd when Trump mentioned him Monday.
Thank you. Oh, no. He helps me on the left.
The new endorsements come as Trump maintains his sizable lead in polls of South Carolina Republicans, though the state's former governor, Nikki Haley, has gained traction in recent weeks. But Trump supporters tell me they're not sweating it, 5 months out from South Carolina's February 24th Republican primary.
It's ludicrous to think he's not going to be the candidate, definitely in South Carolina. I just see him being too strong and he's too far ahead.
Supporters of the former president also brushed off any concerns about his looming indictments, including those alleging he tried to interfere in the 2020 election.
I'm going to support him just to offset the negative treatment that he's getting.
Trump was also dismissive of his charges as he continues to deny those results nearly 3 years later.
This is high-level election interference, and it's happening for a single reason, because I'm the only candidate they do not want to run against.
And Monday's event comes just 2 days before the second Republican presidential debate. Trump is planning to skip it as he did for the first debate last month. Reporting in Somerville, I'm Mary Green.
And while Trump says he will not participate in the upcoming debate, the RNC is announcing the 7 candidates who will take the stage this Wednesday in California. Those include former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, Senator Tim Scott, and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. You'll notice missing from your screen not only former President Trump, but also Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson. The RNC announced Hutchinson fell short of the polling requirement to be included in the second presidential primary debate.
Today was the King for a Day golf tournament, an annual veterans charity golf event. The goal is to raise money to offset costs associated with Range for Hope's weekly golf instructions. This is a 6 to 8 month program. It's open to all military community members, and it gives an alternative means to therapy and healing. The director and founder says the program means everything to veterans looking to get their lives back.
It was something that was missing, and so where I wanted to make sure that we were serving the people who serve for us. And so as somebody who has served and did 20 years, it was amazing to kind of have an opportunity to give back and start a program that is not only for the veteran, which I've found there's a lot of programs that are great out there specifically for veterans, but we wanted to do something for the veterans and their families.
If you're interested in the program, you can register for a clinic on their website, rangeforhope.org.
This week is the state's 4th annual observance of PrEP Awareness Week, and DHEC is partnering with local organizations to conduct free and confidential HIV testing. Tests will be offered this Thursday, the 28th, at most local health departments. Appointments can be scheduled by calling DHEC's Care Line at the number on your screen. Organizers also say that counseling will be available. This statewide observance looks to increase awareness among providers and the community about PrEP, which is a pill or injectable medicine that can help significantly decrease HIV infection if someone's exposed to the virus.
The Lexington Police Department is hosting free classes to teach ways to save a life. It's called a Stop the Bleed class. Officials will teach skills such as using tourniquets and wound packing. The classes are tomorrow and Wednesday at the Lexington Police Department training room. They start at 6 p.m. and end at 8. The department says there will be more classes next month, but they have not released those dates yet.
Teach Right USA is launching its official Bachelor's in Education program. The apprenticeship is a pilot partnership with Erskine College, and it looks to create a college-to-classroom pipeline to get more teachers ready and working. Students who participate in the program will get to work in a classroom and earn a paycheck, all while studying to earn their bachelor's degree in an education field. Those interested will be able to officially enter the program in fall of 2024.
Well, so far this September, it's been just a little bit below average. We can see a lot of below average days. In fact, about a half a degree below average so far. Today, we got up to 88 degrees, and our average is right around 83, so a nice above average day. Our low, though, 59 degrees. And as far as precipitation goes, none today, of course, but we have a little chance of some rain in the next couple of days, but not much. We've got the rest of the First Alert forecast coming up.